Hello, and welcome to my presentation on the Honda FCX Clarity, a car that I believe will majorly influence cars of the future. So, what problems do we have with current motoring? Firstly, we have petrol. Petrol is getting increasingly expensive, especially in the UK. This is due to taxation and a limited supply of crude oil. There's also other problems, such as political instability in the countries where we get the oil. Many of these mean that we can't rely on petrol forever, so we need to find other ways of fueling our cars. Secondly, pollution. Cars release all manner of chemicals out of their exhaust. There's carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, and carbon monoxide. These chemicals can cause global warming, they can be toxic and harmful. These are a major concern to our government and world government organisations like the European Union. Secondly, wasted fuel. We waste humongous amounts of fuel, whether it's sitting in traffic jams, braking for traffic lights, accelerating again, only to brake for another set of traffic lights or pedestrian lights. All of this kinetic energy, which we have used fuel to obtain, is being wasted in heat in the brake pads. Also, there is humongous pressure to develop the infrastructure of the roads. The number of people on the roads is increasing. This is due to more people learning to drive, and it's also due to an increase in population. So, how does the Honda FCX Clarity fit into this picture? The Honda FCX Clarity is an electric car. It runs on a hydrogen fuel cell. The hydrogen fuel cell charges the battery and allows the car to carry on running. It features regenerative braking. Regenerative braking is when the electric motor is converted into a generator, which converts the kinetic energy of the car back into electric energy, slowing the car down and giving the battery a boost and a little bit of extra energy. This can save humongous amounts of energy in urban driving and stop-start driving in towns. The Honda FCX Clarity also features a simpler design. It's got a single gear. This means it doesn't need a clutch. It also means it reduces the need for a large bulky gearbox. It doesn't have an engine. This really removes the need for sensors to sense the amount of fuel going into the engine, to sense the emissions coming out, for a catalytic converter, for carburetors and other requirements for a combustion engine. So, how does this make the Honda FCX Clarity part of the solution? Well, firstly, the Honda FCX Clarity runs on hydrogen. Hydrogen is what we call a superabundant element. 75% of the known universe is made of hydrogen. Hydrogen is one of the main components of water as well, and 2/3 of our globe is covered in oceans. So there's no short supply of hydrogen, which can be just taken out of water. Also, the Honda FCX Clarity, like a lot of newer cars, especially hybrid, features regenerative braking. Regenerative braking is a fantastic example of how we can save energy. It's converting the kinetic energy of the car back into electric energy to drive the car when we need to brake, thus increasing the efficiency, especially in urban driving. It features a simpler design. The Honda FCX Clarity doesn't need a clutch. It doesn't need a big complicated gearbox. It also doesn't need things like the catalytic converter, like I said earlier. Also, the very simple fact that the car, when it's idling, is using fuel. However, the Honda FCX Clarity is an electric motor, so to pull away from stationary, it just needs to turn the electric motor on. This means the Honda FCX Clarity uses nearly no energy whatsoever when it is stationary. So it's fantastic for urban driving. Thank you for listening to my presentation.